Stupid raw claws. Now I know how a mouse feels. By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, Oh, right! Now you mentioned something about that. Look, unfortunately there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and... You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws! Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
I can smell the dark elf kitchen. Looks like we're the first ones here. Killer!
Warclaws! Let's flay this outsider! What do you think of my luxurious accommodations? It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home. Anyway, he said... No, that can't be right. Ulron's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done? What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own... I know the tribe that Ulron liked to help. Brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with...
She can handle herself just fine, hero. There, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go? Why? What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave, along with half the House Redoran soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it! They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt. We need to move. It won't take those damn cats long to find us. The back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redoran troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers. One more thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redoran recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
Does the ceiling look unstable to you?
Search everywhere. Captain Privet thinks the Councillor's kitten might try to escape through these tunnels.
Damn! Those cat bastards are harder to shake than a blind date. I can't get captured and taken back to my father. Not when I'm this close to finding my brother. That must be the way out. I just hope there aren't any Redorans up there. Oh no. Father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother and he shows up to drag me back home. You do that for me? Thanks, I guess. But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time. Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Once I find Ulran and make sure he's all right, I'll meet with my father.
goes there?
Stand down. These outlanders work for me. The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Vea has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my... I also said that the captain has his own resources. The War Claws report to Briven, not me. Look, we're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Vea's... It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to... Very well. We'll do this her way. Vea can be as stubborn as... Do as I command, and let them pass.
Well, those certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails.
This is... disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redoran thinking? My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place. So, if Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me, I really want to help, but Naryu won't...
Vea, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redoran hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Naryu. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Vea! You know I hate that title.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true. I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp. Maybe it's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redorans and their Warclaws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaws commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek. To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope. I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now. The Warclaws have treated...
I need healing!
We're just going to burn them? Even the rhetoric?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
We're just going to burn them? Even the rhetoric?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Veya, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods, they murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Oran! Oran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a Redron, even an exiled one, that's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages.
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother. You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora, I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to...
Oran! Damn it! What am I supposed to do now?
I agree with Ulran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Veya, though. I didn't say that. Just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Ridrin. I'm going to take Vea and head back to our safe house in Balmora. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, that's just murder. So, you do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in the House Redrin is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor... I wonder how long it's lain undisturbed.
It could be years, decades even.
I'd hoped to find more Dwemer relics, but I suppose the view is inspiring.
It certainly is.
Flatterer. You can see this view anywhere now, can't you?
And yet I never grow tired of looking.
Open your eyes. Please, open your eyes.
Gone?
Yes. You fought them off.
Oh, good. Dying for nothing would have been embarrassing.
You're not going to die. I won't allow it.
That's ambitious of you.
I can mend more than a scraped knee. You'll see. Just don't move.
That feels better.
I told you. You're still bleeding. Just a little more. I can save you. I will save you.
Take care of the children. For me. Promise.
We'll take care of them together.
Promise me.
I will, I promise. But keep your eyes open.
I wish I could.
Bravura!
You've made these years so wonderful.
Bravura! Bravura!
Your wife signed a contract, Gilan. She did not complete it.
She died.
And now the crystals she was to procure for me have been acquired by my rival.
I've lost the mother of my children.
Your failings are not my problem.
We don't have enough money to pay you back.
Then we will sell your house.
We can't do that. Master, please. My children.
May purchase their own dwelling with their own money.
Neri's only just turned 8, and Mills...
You would offer an alternative?
What can I offer you?
I understand you have some aptitude for magic. You will serve me.
But my children
will remain in your home so long as you do not violate our contract.
But who will raise them? When will I see them?
You will see them when I don't need you. Or would you rather see them in the street?
No, of course not. Thank you, Master Drenham. I will serve you.
You sign your contract today.
No, thank you. Ask my children to come visit me. Naria works at the stables.
How may I serve?
And so the Outlander returns, as we discussed in the swamp. I expected you. Complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do... No, that's not possible. My son was banished, ordered to leave Vardenfell and never return. Vea was with you? And you left her out there? By the three, everything is unraveled. Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can calm things down. But if you'll excuse me, I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, it was never meant to be an attack. I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran. The Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation... House Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years. We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it when a massive ash storm. Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. They sweep into an area, take everything, and move on. We couldn't allow them to... The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job. If Briven had anything to do with my son's death, he would have reported it to me. I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand, the captain operated under my orders. It was never meant to be an attack.
Outlander, over here! Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Vea must be going through right now, but Nayu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities. Understand? She left me to keep Vea company, but I'm not very good at spouting words of comfort and solace. Unless I can kill something, I'm very good at that. You do understand. And Nayu implied you... One other thing. Nayu's job concerns House Redoran. I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Something about who Nayu... Carefully. And with your hand. Something about who Nayu...
Get out of here, Ashur. I don't need a nursemaid, no matter what Naru might think. Oh, it's you. Did Ashur send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is going to find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not... No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I know, but Naryu's writ. It involves a Redoran councillor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The councillor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Naryu executes the... Well, Naryu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenim Manor, out in the swamp. I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenim Manor. My father used to say it was used by councillors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted... That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they... Briven's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Red. Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders, you name an issue, and Ulran and Briven were probably on opposite sides. You did? How did he take it? I mean, he didn't know that my brother... Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else? He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tongue. At least Naryu understands me. I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
House Telvanni still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything?
But what about the pact?
House Telvanni stayed out of the pact. The wizards have no interest in mainland wars.
Oh, you've returned to bother me again.
I have nothing to say to that man. What is it about I don't want to talk about my... I don't want his money any more than I want his apologies. Does that man really think he can buy me off after ignoring me my entire life? Leave me alone. If Father needs someone to listen to his excuses, ask Neria to do it. Or perhaps you should stop butting into our personal affairs. Have you considered that?
What?
What is it?
Like a well-traveled individual. If you're looking to give your mount a well-deserved rest, you've come to the right place. We know how to... My mother? Father rarely mentions her. I can tell how painful it is for him to recall her, even after all these years. I was young when she passed, but my memories are pleasant. How odd. Father always was dabbling in magic. Often it seemed like he had time for little else, though I know he did it to take care of us. Still, I'd better check up on him.
The master went upstairs to rest. He did not wish to be disturbed until you arrived.
Let's go, Mills. He's still your father.
He has an odd way of showing it.
Father? Mills has come to visit. Father? Father! Oh, Father. I suppose you're with Mother
Couldn't resist
at last.
disappointing me one last time. Good riddance.
If only I'd come sooner. Thank you. We all knew this was coming. That doesn't make it any easier to bear. My father was a good man, even if Mills never got to see it, and almost afraid to do so. What couldn't he just say to us all this time? Still, these were his last wishes.
What? A ghost?
Naria. Mills. I so regret not being there as you grew up. What I could never tell you is why my life was not my own.
Shh, Mills. I think this is a memory.
Soon, I'll be able to share the truth with you. To share everything with you. Thanks to the efforts of this kind traveler, I have archived my memories on this stone. I hope one day you will find it in your hearts to forgive me, and find the father and mother you never had. Here, I love you. I have always loved you. You've both made me so proud.
Father?
Why? Why couldn't you just fade away like you always do? Why couldn't you just let me forget you?
Because it's not just about him, Mills, or you. It's about all of us. Our family, together at last.
You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Something like that. But what does it matter? I'll be frozen solid soon. Black as midnight. A commodity. Nothing more. Ironic. None. Well, none that I guess I could squander my remain. What? None. I didn't... Why do you even care? What? Afflicting all the... None. I didn't...
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what have you learned? Anything? What? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. We must move quickly. Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the... Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benna. Once I've explained matters to Riveth, he'll send Hlalu constables to collect my brother. After this, I'll ask nothing more of you. That the men I worked tirelessly to hire were being used as fodder for some vile experiment? Absolutely not. It's appalling. Why would I have sent... Yes, I hired him at my brother's insistence. Something about valuable books and scrolls found in the shrine. We plan to sell them off once Gavros... I see. That is... not long. He tends to be... They will punish him. Severely. He'll definitely lose his share of the estate.
Piece of the puzzle. Time to tie up loose ends. Quality merchandise.
Malarethan. What a swit. I'm going to need a... You don't appear to be holding my drink, so I'm sure I have no interest in you. I am. Young Mahler and I were talking about the sudden success of his mining enterprise, built on some irregularities that I'd prefer not to discuss. Not that it's any of your business. Who are you? Why are you meddling in... My, this is damning. Dear Marla tried to hang this whole business around his brother's neck. And yours. A prudent, albeit sloppy affair. House Hlalu can ill afford such a scandal, and I hate to be lied to. What would I do with him? Chain him to a post? His life no longer serves the house's interests. I don't expect an... His city residence, I expect, just across the river. Do be quick about this. I'm anxious to be done with them. No. What scroll? Don't tell me there's more to this fetching disaster. Does it now? Listen carefully. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone else. If Marla has this formula on him... By the three, what a mess. I'll put some of my Oathman on it. Oathman I can trust. If we can clear out the riffraff, it might be salvageable. If not...
You! How did you... Ah, I'll finish this myself.
quietly now. Well then, this unfortunate little tale comes to an end. I've already dispatched some of my best agents to clean up Rethon Manor. We'll tend to... Excellent. Best hand it over to me. Something so dangerous should not fall into the wrong hands. House Hlalu can keep it safe, or destroy it if we deem it necessary. This will earn you some favor with our house. I'll even double your pay. You've proven to be a reliable assistant. House Hlalu values reliability. I would say it's been a pleasure, but this whole affair has left me with quite a headache. Still, I may call upon you again in the future. Here, double pay as promised. And here I thought, you've proven to be a reliable assistant.
expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to... I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great... First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences. We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Murog Tong will have my head. It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking. Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game. I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She may. That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who Ulron's torchbug is, we'll have a clue. I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly may. Riven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. You might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what... Vea's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vea goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice. There have to be. My order came this close. There's another way in through the building by the top.
Always a good attack.
stupid swift to watch his back.
Watch his back.
Keep it down. You'll wake the dead.
Getting old is no picnic, but the alternative is a lot worse.
Among friends.
He's not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
And brings bad luck.
He hears voices in his head. Don't worry.
You do not want to get on my bad side.
Nothing is safe until it's happened. He hears voices in his head. Don't worry. That bit of green is undercooked.
See what you can find pertaining to Uran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them. So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morag Tong? Fat lot of good that's going to do the Councillor. If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions.
Heal me!
What are you doing? You can't just go around killing Redrin soldiers. My reputation's on the line here. hoping for a quick stab and... So Councillor Dovra does know. Of course we do. We discovered that the next... That means we have to get... Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Dres sent over was so much more... scruffy. Oh, you do you? And why in oblivion would I tell you? You're obviously not my afternoon appointment. You'd best take your leave before I have my soldier. Ulron's dead? That's news to me. All I know is that Ulron was tested and found wanting. He decided that the life of an Ashlander was more important than that of a Redoran soldier. Everyone knew Ulron cared more about those savages than he did for members of his own house. But what does it matter who tested his loyalty? He failed and paid the...
That's what you're wearing? All right, but it's your funeral.
How dare you! I'm a lord of House Redoran, the Morag Tong.
The Morag Tong issued the writ with your name on it. You do remember that House Redoran frowns upon slavery these days, yes?
I can't remember her name.
Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron. Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ulron. More proof that Dovra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Dres. That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor... The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem. Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there. If you can slip into town, sure.
Oh, look what crawled up from the dung heap. A pathetic criminal. I hope you can... Now get lost, scum.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing. What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with more rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oran's death. House councillors. Riven was Oran's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't.
Curse my lot.
So you think my brother's soldiers might... Riven was Oren's... So which soldiers are we talking about? There's no... We'll get Vatala and his sol... Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. As far as I'm concerned, that's what the handbook says. No. I know Vatala. Oran had a habit of putting the needs...